Welcome, everyone, and glad to have you with us from Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on a team from the ACC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. Gonna run it. It's Sanders. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, or proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
A strike downfield. Touchdown, South Carolina! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Jones. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And all the visions and all the great things you anticipated happening for this fella, like in the first carry you put it on the deck, like that is a frustrating start, man. What a momentum swing in this game, too. Early fumble, early turnover to get this thing rolling.
So, guys, over the last few years, there have been seismic changes to college football. Realignment, name, image, and likeness. But one of the biggest changes, the transfer portal.
Yeah, and now guys that are unhappy or in a situation where they see something that they'd rather be in, now you can leave, and there is no penalty. So a lot of recruiting, Jesse, on other people's teams that go on throughout a season.
Yeah, it's 365, and it's a lot of pressure on coaches to re-recruit their own players as well to try to keep those rosters intact. But the transfer portal completely flips rosters upside down. One team that struggles this year, if they get one key addition, it's a team potentially competing for a national championship next season.
Using his feet. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do. And they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And off to Jones. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down.
These situations in football come up all the time. You practice them all throughout the week. Short yardage, gotta have it situations. I am not bringing my punt unit on the field. I gotta bow up, prove to my team, to my unit, to everybody.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 20. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Missouri!
How do you not love the guts of this offense? Fourth down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Harvard. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Touchdown, Missouri.
He'll try to tack on one more. Splits those uprights right in half. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Tennessee endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Rocky Top. And the Vols came away with a win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
It is so easy when you're a defensive player when you watch a little misdirection of the ball go one way to turn and to run. That's not my job. My job is to stay home. The defensive did a good job of that. Defense stayed home, made the play.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Running back searching for a hole. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Quarterback extends the play. Pressure's there and he lets it go. That pass is incomplete and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. The jet sweep pass. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He wants to throw it again. Moves around to clear up the vision. At the 35, he's loose. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The sure hands, it's Jones. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the right. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Finds the tight end. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
On the run, it's Sanders. He's in open space downfield. Nothing but green ahead. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Gamecocks. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking for a man. It's Cook. He looks that one in nicely. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The clock has stopped and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll try the run. The Tigers get the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He wants to throw. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it. So he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And come on now, O-line. You got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
Might be looking to run. He'll let one go down the right side. And it's caught inside the 30. This senior knows just when to strike, and he cut one loose for a big play there. And the Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket after that. Excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Good, solid tackle.
Wide receiver.
The offense to save precious seconds.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And, David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Trying to surge it in. Touchdown, Missouri! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On the move, it's Sanders. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Oh, he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Runs through the tackle. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. The 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, South Carolina. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. It's no good, and they miss an opportunity to tie. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. The short hands. It's Jones. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Bulls his way forward. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
He's going for the big play. Intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining, I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Give to the running back. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds his man. It's Bennett. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket? You've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Quarterback gets past the marker. He's off to the races. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Football is very easy when the offensive line does their job like that. I mean, look at those holes. Back able to make a cut. 1st down.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A run for the quarterback. Oh, he dropped it! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Back to pass, it's Cook. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he was knocked down immediately, short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if they're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to...
Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Man, that takes some serious onions. Backed up inside your own 10, and you're going for it on fourth down. No dice. Offense now set up in easy position to get a score.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Missouri 28, South Carolina 27.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll leave it with him. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Touchdown Gamecocks! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the two. He gets it into the end zone. The two-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jones. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Not a little time, lets it go. With the catch, it's Miller. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
At midfield, he's got room. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. Then they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Steps away to find some room. That's reeled in, it's Bennett. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And the Gamecocks are threatening in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Michigan State is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Kirk Cousins had a hand in getting this quarterback to East Lansing, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Indiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Cook. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he dropped. Look the thing all the way in.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Fires into a world of traffic and it's picked off. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the...